This is me, SpoodBeest's.
Okay, so I have some things to talk about. Now, I'm only doing this because it's a tradition that I started to do, so I'm back. Sorry to start off like this. Usually I do something else in between these, so I don't need to just return from this. But since it is a tradition and the people who do watch my videos for wrestling predictions and reviews once in a while, like Spinnernet, I'm sticking to my commitment. So, you know, tonight's SummerSlam. I'm most likely not going to post the review tonight. I'll do the predictions before the show, like I did with WrestleMania. And then I'll probably post a review sometime tomorrow, because right after the show I'm probably just gonna go to bed. So other than that, I don't have much to say. But for the people who have known me before I started doing this wrestling thing, the Dazzle will be used very soon, and I plan on making Super Nintendo reviews of the games that are up on that shelf over there. That's what to expect from me soon. I may do them in the upcoming weeks after, SummerSlam, after the review and that. I at least plan to review Paperboy first. It'll be a comical review. I'll try not to rip off other comical gaming reviewers like Angry Video Game Nerd as much as I can, but I will definitely start those pretty soon. Anyway, let's get back on topic to this video, and let's stay on my commitment. So this SummerSlam, as I've seen, does not look like it's going to be one of the greatest SummerSlams of all time, okay? The card is pretty small, but due to that, I think that basically they should give these matches more time due to the small amount of matches that are actually on this card. So let's look through them and see what has potential and what probably doesn't. I believe we'll start off this show with Dolph Ziggler defending the Intercontinental title against Kofi Kingston, much like the Rey Mysterio-Dolph Ziggler Intercontinental title match from last year. I believe they'll open the show with the same match. They've been working well together throughout their feud, and the matches they've had on basically television have been pretty good, so I would assume a pay-per-view quality match will be given here, and this could probably be very good. So this is one match on this card that I'm actually looking forward to. So we'll see how this Intercontinental title match goes once we see it. But I'm pretty sure it'll open the show, and it'll be very enjoyable as well. Definitely Dolph Ziggler to retain here. He just won the title like a little over a week ago, so I don't expect him to lose it so soon. So definitely Dolph retaining his title here. After that, we'll probably get the Divas title match with Alicia Fox defending against Melina. These two had a pretty good showing on Raw. Like, it was a decent match. So, this probably has potential to be at least a decent to good Divas title match. Divas match if they give it time and have these two work a good quality pay-per-view match, which, you don't see much from the Divas division these days. So that's why I'm a little worried about it, but if they do give this time, this could be something good, probably. Definitely see Alicia Fox retaining, especially with this new push she's been on. She lost to Melina on Raw in their quick little match they had that showed some potential to this. They're both decent workers, pretty good workers. So I think they could work themselves a pretty good little, 5-6 minute match, and if more time, it could be a little better. But definitely Alicia Fox has to retain here, or else, she'll basically look like a fluke of a champion. Loses to Melina on Raw, and then just loses the title to her right away at SummerSlam. They could do that, but they shouldn't, so for that reason, I'll go with Alicia Fox retaining. Afterwards, we'll probably have the 3-on-1 handicap match with the Straight Edge Society taking on the Big Show. This match probably might not be that good, but it could be entertaining. It'll be fun to watch, I guess. Not much to see here. The Straight Edge Society obviously are probably going to win. They should win. Big Show does not need this victory. I guess they're just going to have the Straight Edge Society go over and dominate the Big Show to prove how awesome the faction is, basically. Put the faction even more over. So, Straight Edge Society to win against the Big Show. Then we'll probably get the WWE title match, Sheamus defending against Randy Orton. Now, this is the exact same WWE title match that was on the Royal Rumbles card. It was the exact same match. So, and that match really wasn't what you'd consider a classic. It wasn't really that good. So I'm kind of fearful when going into this match, but I'm going to give it a chance. Hopefully, Sheamus and Orton have come into their own and are going to put on a quality pay-per-view match this time. Sheamus has gotten into his own since the Royal Rumble. He's gotten more over. He's developed more into his character. Orton's a full-fledged babyface character now, you know. It should make some difference to their Royal Rumble match, but we will see. It depends on how the two work together. I definitely don't see Sheamus retaining. With Orton's momentum, I think they're just going to give him the title. My pick is for Randy Orton to actually dethrone Sheamus of the WWE title here. From there on, we'll get the World Heavyweight title match between Kane and Rey Mysterio. This is a fearful sort of match because the series of matches these two had back in 2008 weren't really that good. But I'm hoping for a big-time pay-per-view like SummerSlam is, that the two of them can actually work well together and actually put on a decent pay-per-view showing, much like Sheamus and Orton. That's what I'm hoping for these two world title matches, because really, due to previous performances these two have had against each other, it kind of makes you fearful for both world title matches, really. But we can really hope that, you know, both Mysterio and Kane actually work well together and actually put on a decent to good pay-per-view performance, because if they do that, we could at least have a decent match here, a good match. I definitely expect The Undertaker to return and attack Kane and reveal that he's the attacker. And so Kane will retain the title against Mysterio, but then Undertaker will probably show up and begin his feud with Kane for putting him in a vegetative state. And the Taker-Kane feud will go on throughout the fall. So definitely see Kane retaining against Mysterio, going on to feud with The Undertaker. And then the main event match, the Team WWE versus Nexus, the Elimination Tag Team match. This is what I'm looking forward to the most. This is obviously, I think, is going to be the main event of the show. So, what I think will happen is that the Nexus should and will get a victory. Like, either somebody on Team WWE turns heel or whatever. I don't think it's going to happen, but I think the Nexus are just going to have a decent showing. Not too dominant, but dominant enough that the people will go, wow, they are one faction to mess with. If they win this big pay-per-view match, then it's going to put them over even more so, because they are defeating quality WWE main eventers and mid-carders. So having the Nexus win here would be a big thing, and I think that's the turn they're going to take. I don't think Team WWE will win this one. I vote for the Nexus. You know, my prediction is the Nexus to win this big-time elimination tag main event match. It could not be the main event. One of the world title matches could be the main event. But I'm pretty sure this elimination tag will be the main event of this year's SummerSlam. You know, some of the card looks like it could be potentially good. Some parts look like they could drag the show down. You don't know. Like, I'm going to give the world title matches a chance. You know, maybe the two will put on, you know, better performances than the last time they were on pay-per-view against each other. The Team WWE versus Nexus match is the match I'm looking forward to the most. That'll probably be the best match of the night. The Intercontinental title match could also give it a run for its money on being good, with Dolph Ziggler and Kofi Kingston competing. Big Show versus Straight Edge Society probably won't be that good, but it'll at least be entertaining. And the Divas title match has potential to be at least decent. So we're working with a decent card. You know, if the right matches are booked correctly and go the right way, we could be dealing with at least a good SummerSlam. It won't be among the top 10 of all time, but it'll at least be decent. Whereas if the matches aren't really that good and are subpar throughout the whole show, we could be dealing with a terrible SummerSlam. So I'm going to be optimistic and say it'll be at least good. You know, it probably won't be as good as last year's. I loved last year's SummerSlam. It probably won't be that good, but I have my fingers crossed that the matches blow me away. So that's where I've been. Expect some, for my longtime subscribers, expect some Super Nintendo reviews using my Dazzle finally after almost a year. And the review of SummerSlam will be up tomorrow, definitely. I don't think I'm going to get to it tonight. But anyway, that's all I got to say. Peace, everybody.